What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all doing very well. Short video today. Topic of the day is taking losses in the stock market. So if you guys are keeping up with the market, today was a green day, to say the absolute least. Pretty much everything was up. It's hard to be down on your long-term portfolios when everything was just skyrocketing, particularly early in the morning. We did see a nice pullback in the afternoon, and then in the after hours we did have some news regarding the US and China trade war negotiation situation, which pumped the market in the after hours. So you will likely wake up to your long-term portfolio decently up, or if you're swinging calls or have a position where you're going long, you should see some nice chunk of change. But anyways, the title of the video and the topic is taking losses in the stock market. What do you do when you should have been up today, then you end up having a red day? Or maybe you didn't see any profits today and it's like every single trade you took was just going against what you wanted. This is obviously a reality of trading. You might have some perfect trading days, but you're never going to be invincible to losses, especially with elevated market volatility and all the news that's coming out. It's a risky market and it's a risky time to be a day trader. So today we were up significantly on the day and I took a pretty massive L, to say the least. So this is what the account chart looked like today. I usually try to trade on this account specifically anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. And the goal is to hit $1,000 a day on this account. It did end up reaching that goal, well over $1,000, about $1,200, but it was a wild ride to say the least. So I did screenshot the loss that ended up giving back all of my profits for the day. And that was because, one, a bad entry on my part. Secondly, there was news that came out in the market that just completely shifted the direction of what I was in. Here's the screenshot. It was 9:04 p.m. Pacific time. You guys can see there I was down over $726, 22%. So not a fun trade to be in. Nonetheless, in this account we did have some buying power left and I was able to just focus up, not let that get into my head, and just continue to trade what I was going to do. I was going to use my buying power today anyways. The goal still remains the same. The plan still remains the same. And losses shouldn't affect your psychology. And if you're allowing to let losses affect your psychology, then more than likely you don't have a very good psychology in the first place. You're trading with way too much money. You're allowing your losers to ride out for far too long, and overall you're just exposing yourself to too much risk that you're not able to tolerate. On a $10,000 account or even a $5,000 account, do I want to lose $1,000? No. But imagine having a $3,000 account and losing $1,000 on the day. That's 33%. To recuperate that, you're already gonna need from $3,000 down to $2,000. You're going to need a 50% return now on that account to get back to break even. Why are you putting yourself in positions that you can't handle? That you have to shift your psychology and shift your trading plan and lose your discipline. So the biggest thing when you do take an L in the stock market is, one, don't let your losers just continue to ride out. Secondly, stop putting yourself in a position to where you have to search up on YouTube, what do I do after I take a loss in the stock market? Is X stock going to go back up? Is Tesla going to go back up? Is Nvidia going to go back up? Is Apple going to go back up? This is another reason why I generally do not hold stocks or options contracts or just the open position in general overnight or over the weekends. Because I like to go to sleep with peace of mind, knowing that regardless where the market heads, my account is safe. So if you cannot sleep because you opened up a position that's way too big and you're just hoping that the market opens up green or it opens up red if you're short or long, you got the wrong psychology. Otherwise, you should just be gambling. Don't get me wrong, I definitely open positions and I swing them, but I generally speaking go light on them because I know what I can handle. I know what's going to allow me to go to sleep peacefully, not continue to check my phone and check news or check the futures markets. I can wake up tomorrow, know that I'm not in a position that's going to affect my life, and just maintain my peace and sanity. You shouldn't have put yourself in that position in the first place. If you're trading with 10 contracts in an Apple call and the stock ends up falling and you lose $300 and now you're beating yourself up all day, why were you in 10 contracts in the first place? You could have got into 2 contracts, and if it would have fell the same percentage points and you possibly would have lost $50, I'm sure you wouldn't have let it get in your head and affected your next trades. You see, after we do take these big losses, we often take a spiral downhill effect. And that's because we didn't have discipline to begin with. So being a day trader, you got to continue to keep your discipline all the way through, or else it will affect every decision you make in the stock market. We're already naturally greedy as humans, and you're just opening the door to allow yourself to let that greed, to let that fear, and your lack of discipline flow out of you. And that's never a good thing to have when you're trading in the markets. You could be greedy anywhere else, but in the markets, it's gonna affect you. Anyways, with that being said, we did end up finishing the day off green, like I said. Stuck to the plan. The goal was still the goal. I'm glad and thankful I ended up hitting that goal. Honestly, I just wanted to at least have a break-even day. I just do not like to lose. Nonetheless, you gotta trade like a robot. Every trade you enter, you have a plan. You try to execute it, and you manage your risk properly. Hope you guys have a great trading day tomorrow morning or whenever it is that you find this video. And God bless you all. Peace.